I saw some people wanted me to ask you this in the chat, and I kind of want to ask it as well. Do you think we could be heading towards like like a big studio gaming crash where it's just too expensive to make these big AAA games and the money just isn't there?
No, there's plenty of money in gaming, and there's plenty of money in China. China's become the leading market for games. I think what you're seeing is trimming the fat from the COVID era because demand was so high for at-home entertainment that it boosted sales there. I mean, this is happening. I play guitar, right? This is happening in guitars as well, where everybody over ordered, Fender and Gibson, and they over ordered stuff
Right.
from their China factories for their lower end brands, and they're all stuck with inventory. So they blew them out in December, and they're still blowing them out now at reduced prices. That COVID demand is gone. It evaporated. The COVID spending is gone. It evaporated, and I think that's a primary driver. I think the other one is ESG drying up a little bit, making it harder to fund these games. They're going to be more selective, and the good effect of that is that those can't cover DEI losses anymore. So you ship a DEI game and you phoned it in so hard that you've tokenized all your characters and your game flops. Well, you can't recover from that as easily as you could when sales were booming. So I don't think, unfortunately, that there's, I would love for there to be a AAA crash because I'm much more interested in AA, right? Or the Power Worlds and the Hell Divers that are coming up.
Yeah, I think that's where the real money is,
and the stuff that I've been saying for years.
Yeah.
I started a new studio just to do that, right? To be, I used to target, let's say, like Coffee Stain. Coffee Stain makes great games. Deep Rock Galactic, as
Deep
well
Rock
as Satisfactory. I love those games. Valheim, things like that. But they got absorbed by the Embracer Group, which was, that's the whole story.
Another problem is with a lot of those games, they have no choice but to go early access, and it's like, I mean, I personally, I'm not a huge fan of early access. It's fine.
You're monetizing,
but
playing a game 4 days early.
It depends. Like Baldur's Gate 3 was early access for 3 years. I mean, I just like.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you're talking about those games where you pay $100 for the Ultimate Edition.
Oh, like the deluxe. Yeah.
Early. So that's like early access. While they basically put the games out while they're making it.
It's like while they're making it, yeah, or like they're not quite finished, or they. And I just don't love that model personally. I understand the monetization. Like, maybe you can talk about what you think about that early access. But
I think that early access Baldur's Gate 3, everyone talks about it as a lower budget title, but it was still a lot of money. I mean, I wouldn't say
that game looks like it took a lot of money to make.
Power World and Helldivers are cheaper, right? But the reality is that if you want to be free of publishers, if you want to be free of the AAA yoke, and there's this is like another segue, but I've been getting messages that if you want a publishing deal now, you're in your studio and you want to sign with a big publisher, sometimes there's DEI requirements. Suddenly you have to hire a DEI officer. Suddenly you have to hire Sweet Baby Inc. or firms like it, or you don't get the deal, right? And these guys live, milestone to milestone. They have to ship a build to the publisher every month, every 2 months to get paid. You don't get paid, everyone gets fired next week. That's how tight the chain is on these developers. So you go do it. You go hire all this stuff. So if you want to get out of that system and you want to go like we are, or Helldivers is, or anything else, and you want to go direct, you need the gamers to fund it. And therefore, early access is this huge tool that you have where people who want to support your dev effort, and take the risk will sign up for it before your launch. And
gamers are very loyal. They're loyal. That's true.
We need that, and it's not a cash grab. I mean, if you're EA, it's a cash grab going early access.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you are a developer and you need millions of dollars to make this game, sometimes that's the only way to do it. And we are very grateful for the gamers who sign up on board. I like to make sure they get a lot of perks because they take the most risk coming on board. That and you got to be good to them. You got to treat them really well.